Today we're going to talk about fight, flight or freeze response, which is our body's automatic reaction to perceived danger. It is essentially a survival system that activates when we believe that we are threatened or that we feel that we do not have the resources to cope. And this response, by the way, isn't a conscious choice. It is an instinctive set of hormonal and physiological changes designed to keep us safe by preparing us to fight, flight or freeze. And what's striking is that it can be triggered not only by real immediate threats of danger, but also by us worrying, for example, about the future events that have not happened or may never happen again, then worrying thoughts that are deep within, that overanalysis and procrastination, even about the past, or even imagining giving a presentation. How many of you have been in that situation before? Our imagination, by the way, is powerful enough to set this system off. When the response kicks in, access to our slow, rational thinking narrows. In urgent situations, we rely on fast, instinctive reactions rather than deliberate reasoning. That's why your mind can go blank, for example, when you're delivering a speech. The intellectual brain steps back, and the primitive emotional brain takes over. And at the core of this primitive system is the amygdala, which is kind of an internal alarm, if you like. It works closely with the hippocampus, which stores our memories, and the hypothalamus, which controls chemicals that are released, for example, cortisol and adrenaline. Adrenaline increases heart rate and blood pressure. It opens our airways and channels blood to muscles and lungs so you can react quickly. These changes happen before your conscious mind even registers a threat. If the threat continues, cortisol is released to sustain alertness. Adrenaline helps you move fast. Cortisol keeps you going. Your senses sharpen, peripheral vision widens, pupils dilate, hearing improves, all to increase your chances of survival. What's shut down at the same time, systems not immediately needed, get suppressed. For example, digestion, immune function and reproductive processes. That's why chronic stress is linked to digestion problems. For example, IBS, lowered immunity and reduced fertility or sexual function. Stress is also a biased thinking towards worst case scenarios, an adaptive survival bias that becomes unhelpful in everyday life. Recognizing which part of your brain is driving your reactions is the first step. Then use techniques, for example, that downregulate the nervous system, such as slow, deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and physical exercise. All of these things really help. And these practices signal safety to the brain, helping the amygdala to quieten down so your rational mind can return. Over time, this strengthens more constructive, resilient responses to everyday stressors. Practical takeaway for today: if you notice fight, flight or freeze symptoms, pause and use grounding or breathing techniques to shift out of the survival state. Repeated practice builds control and it helps you to respond to life from a much calmer, clearer place, improving mood, decision making and overall resilience. Wishing you all the best and good luck. And by the way, please do hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help me to help other people.